It's going to be a collective reading for all signs. It's not going to be for everyone. We take what resonates, toss what doesn't, so I can see. So I got the title because I pre-shuffled and I did see something about someone from the past who made some sort of decision, and it was fun at first, but now they're in tears because they want to return. And I also want to give a disclosure: if you're in like a healthy relationship and it's stable, you should not be watching tarot because it's so easy to have like the seed of doubt planted in your head, and you can start like self-sabotaging. So if you're in a relationship and everything's good, stop watching tarot, or at least only watch the self-improvement videos, you know, the videos that are more tailored to self rather than your actual relationship, because this is more for people that need answers. So let's take a look and see what's going on with this topic right now. Five of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, Two of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, just Queen of Swords, the Magician, and the Knight of Wands. Okay, so you were connected to someone. This person had a tendency of being in and out of your life, or they just had like a hot and cold way of dealing with you. This was someone who was free-spirited, warm, sexy, to travel. They were hot-tempered. They may have had a tendency of changing jobs, or it could have been someone who had an anger problem. Maybe they let their like frustration dictate their life. I feel like this was someone who was still when they were connected to you. However, they did have a family member or an ex, mother figure, sister, friend, whatever it may be, that did not want you to be in their life in some way, shape, or form. So they manipulated this person to leave you out in the cold. And this person at the time, you know, they felt like, oh, well, I just met the collective. I know this person for years. Obviously, if I met someone and they feel like I should be, I'm going to take their advice. This was someone that obviously let their friends, their family members, probably even an ex, get into the way of you and this person being in a relationship or just establishing something solid. So if this was a friend that left you in the cold, it's because they had to make some sort of decision and they ultimately chose to choose themselves. But this led to you feeling out cold, being taken for granted, being pushed out in some way, isolated, and the divine was not okay with this. While this was happening, they were trying to basically devise a plan as to how they were going to serve karma to two people. It's not just one person. Yes, the person that you were connected to, they are going to get some form of karma, but it's whoever was behind the scenes orchestrating. A Queen of Swords is someone who is intelligent. They're on, well, no, they're not necessarily honest. They're just cerebral driven, so they have a lot of mental agility. This is someone that, you know, could play brain games or things of that nature. They wanted to protect whatever they felt was their legacy, and this was someone that felt like, okay, well, if the collective comes to the picture, they're going to take this Knight of Wands away, which is going to take something away from me, whether it's money, accolades, attention. So it really just depends on who is watching. Let's take a look and see. Yeah, healing their heart from some sort of heartache. This is freedom from a toxic relationship. Even if you have been rejected, just know rejection is redirection, because whoever you're connected to, they were going to bring you more burdens and stress in your life based off this other person on the outside. You can basically just manifest someone who doesn't even have burdens or baggage in the first place. I kid you not, all you have to do is take out a sheet of paper, write down all the characteristics that you want to have in a person, and I want you to be as detailed as possible: their hair, their eye color, their whatever, their characteristics, how they are, whether they're sweet, whether they're kind, whether they're introverted, extroverted. Be as specific as you can, and if you can focus on that, you can manifest that, because I do that all the time. I manifest people all the time, but I've just learned that sometimes what you wish for is exactly what you get. And you may have wished for at the time, maybe you may have been in an energy where you didn't know exactly what you wanted. Yes, internally you may have been telling yourself that you want a relationship and you want something committed, but you may have had some inconsistent way of putting that frequency out. Well, guess what? You wanted someone that was in that exact same frequency. So sometimes you have to tune yourself. Pentacles, best thing for you to do is focus on yourself. Self-care, self-love, self-admiration. Look at all these blessings that you have around you. And everyone that comes around you always wants to pick off of your garden without all the work, and that's not fair. And so whoever you were connected to in the past, there was a lack of maturity or some sort of maturity imbalance where you were more mature than this person. Doesn't matter whether you were older or younger. You're connected to someone who didn't know what they wanted and they left you in this position, and where you now you have to pick up the pieces. Coffin. There's a final ending for some. Others of you, this is just a chance to transform or change a situation or give it some sort of second chance. Because you may have been connected to someone who you thought was a soulmate, but actually weren't. They were just here to teach you a lesson of some sort. Their time has expired in your life, and now it's the time to go back out there and date. Meet new people, set some sort of boundaries. You can date multiple people at a time. You can date 5 people at a time. That does not mean that you have to go and sleep with all of the 5 people. It just means that you put yourself out there, you go out on dates, you don't put all your eggs in one basket like you did in the past. And also heal this tendency of either being the runner or attracting runner in codependent relationships, which is people who do have a fear of intimacy, and maybe they reflect something in you as well, because we have time with friends, moving on, single, living in the moment, having fun. And with clock, there's a situation that needs time. It either needs time to mature or it just takes time for things to progress. And this is also the time for you to heal. And whatever you've been blocked out from, yes, you're going to have the memories, and yes, you're going to have nostalgia, and yes, you're going to feel bad. You're going to feel like, am I making the right decision? But you have to understand, like, you were dealing with somebody that made you have to work for their love, or they made you feel like you have to prove yourself or prove that you're even worthy of their time. And anyone in that energy is not worthy of you. This is something that was karmic. It's not soulmate. It's karmic, meaning that it's cyclical. Until you learn the lesson, you're still going to have this energetic pull to this person, because we do have the runner and the chaser. And this is more of a trauma bond than um, a truly healthy connection. So just be aware of the certain patterns that you have, those red flags, those intuitive nudges that you get around certain people, or that tell you like, something's wrong, but you don't necessarily have physical proof. That's your body that you and the person's energy, it's not meshing in any way. It doesn't matter if it's a friend or a family member. If you feel uneasy, pins and needles, you feel like you have to walk on eggshells or temper yourself, smother your energy in some way, you shouldn't be in that environment, or you shouldn't be around some specific person. So it truly just depends on the specific scenario. So let's take a look and see what you guys need to know. What else? What's going on with this past person that wants to return? King of Wands, of course. In their King of Wands energy, now they want to suddenly pursue you. Now they suddenly want to apologize. Now they suddenly want to act right, because in the past, this person felt like maybe they could condition you to tolerate nonsense or to accept breadcrumbs. And now this person's realizing that they can't treat you like other people, like other individuals that are not aware of this person's behavioral patterns. This could be someone who's good looking physically, or they just have the gift of gab. They're charming in some way, and they have a tendency of getting their way or manipulating their way or withholding love, even using the silent treatment to coerce people to get in, path in a way. But that did not work with you. And now this person, yes, they caused you to feel pain, but now they're feeling the pain that they left you in. This person's also haunted and tormented their ancestors. So if this was someone that talked about you behind your back, or maybe they talked about you to family members and friends, and they said that you were hard to deal with, and they twisted the story, made you seem like the bad guy, guess what? Your ancestors don't like when people speak about you behind your back, especially when they tell lies and they distort the story. So now they're getting haunted. They're not sleeping at night. Not only are they not sleeping at night, they're having like reoccurring dreams and patterns and feeling things and just feeling uneasy. And it's due to the fact that this person was selfish. They were stealing from you, whether it's stealing your time, your energy, your money. I don't care if it's $40 or 40 euros. They were stealing something from you in a roundabout way. It wasn't directly. It's like this person may have even wanted to be around you because they knew being around the collective, that comes with blessings, that comes with protection, that comes with food, that comes with a roof over my shoulders, that comes with a friend that's truly going to care about me. But it's their intention of not reciprocating that makes it so toxic. And with the death energy, this is someone that's being forced to change. It's either they're going to get right. Sorry, guys. So if you did have someone that you were stuck on for up to 3 years, 3 weeks, 3 months, they just left you in a position of being mentally restricted. This could even be a boss that kept stressing you out or kept putting more on your book and on your shoulders than was necessary. This was someone that enjoyed tormenting you in some way. This is like the case of you attracting a partner, you're on the same level, but because you're always ascending quicker than the people around you, this in a way attracts jealousy and envy, even from the people closest to you, even from family members and friends. So even though people are at your vibration, or you may meet someone at the time that feels like your twin, or they feel like they're the one, I'm not telling you they're not the one. I'm just saying you have a way of elevating past most people. So there's an attraction and immaturity level issue here. There's a lot of conflict that's always around you. There's a lot of jealousy, and sometimes you internalize these emotions. You go outside or you go deal with certain people, and then you feel negativity, you feel sad, you feel down, you feel angry afterwards, and it's not actually you, it's whoever you were connected to, and you're just picking up on their energy. So I'm going to use my essential messages deck. The link for this is in the description box below if you want to purchase. We have what the F is going on, sudden upheaval, chaos, destruction, sudden changes. Now, if you were connected to someone from the past and their family members and friends coerce this person to leave you alone, well, there's chaos and drama going on behind the scenes because they triggered something within your ancestors because they tried to control you, or they tried to control the outcome. They were plotting on your downfall behind the scenes. And like I said, some people just have a lot of protection where you can't do things like that. It comes with repercussions. We also have we need to talk ASAP. So if there was someone that ghosted you, they want to talk because now they know exactly what they did wrong to you because they're being forced and controlled to see exactly what they did wrong to you. So now that they're being controlled by this higher power, because you see, this is a human being, but whatever this is, it's much bigger and it's much grander. And the devil sometimes represents Pan. It may not necessarily have to be something of dark entity. It could just represent a being that's powerful, that's controlling this person. So whatever they tried to do to you, someone who was as powerful as you, it's now come full circle. This was someone who had some sort of victim mentality. They never took accountability for anything that they did to you. Instead, they would just throw like a rug on top of the issues, try to start all over like nothing happened. And you would not only have to heal your wounds, but also deal with whatever these other people did to you as well. So there was a lot of weight that was on your shoulders. And by moving on, it was actually a blessing in disguise. So either you've turned a player committed, or you turn someone who was, polyamorous, or they wanted to deal with multiple people, you turn this person into a one-man woman, or vice versa. But this was someone that you were connected to that enjoyed the player life. They wanted to have sex with several people. They liked having one-night stands and just being wishy-washy until they met you, and now things are different. They don't want to be in that energy anymore, especially if it means that they don't have access to you anymore. This may have been someone that wanted you for superficial reasons, or wanted some other person for, what they could get because it says they have more money than you. But if you were left in this energy of being heartbroken and sad and not really having answers or closure, the other person is in worse condition than you now because whatever they thought they were going to get, it's all getting blown up in their faces. And your person's starting to kind of put the puzzle pieces together because they're looking at you as some sort of mystic. They're realizing, like, ever since I did this to the collective, there's been like a series of unfortunate events that have happened in my life. And now that I'm replaying it in my head over and over again, I'm realizing that I need to go back and either right my wrongs, give some sort of apology. And with the beauty, this person's finally seeing the beauty of you and everything that you brought to the table, because now they're being forced to deal with a situation that's complicated. A complicated person, a fledgling, and someone who hasn't truly matured. This could be they chose someone who was on their level energetically, and this person ended up deceiving them. It was just a face. It was just a facade. They didn't get anything that they wanted. Whoever you were connected to, now they're in the energy of entrapment that they left you in. This entrapment doesn't even have to be physical. This is mental, where you're stuck on a person, or you're stuck in a situation, or you're stuck in a cyclical cycle. And this may have been how you felt in the past, but now you're in the energy of being focused. So focus on your goals. Don't let anybody come in. It doesn't matter who you're dating. It doesn't matter how long you've known them. People can switch up on you on an instant. So pay attention to those red flags. And when your intuition tells you that something's going on, don't try to gaslight yourself into feeling like maybe you're crazy, because you are way more intuitive than you give yourself credit for. And it's time for you to be not only honest with yourself, but the people that you're surrounded with, because there's a message that's going to be brought in. This message could be from a third party, or this is going to be a message for someone who had a choice to make. They were either going to choose you and the light, or they were going to go towards the darkness and choose another path. And it depends on whoever's watching which path this person is going to take. So I can't really predict that on a large scale, you'd have to get a personal reading for that. But I am going to get another spread. That way I can get some additional messages. Let's see. What does the collective need to know at this time? When it comes to the topic at hand, what does the collective need to know? Yeah, whoever was deceitful, whoever lied to you, whoever betrayed you, whoever thought that being selfish and having their own needs and wants and that it was funny at first. You see how this person's smiling? Yeah, it was funny at first. They had their freedom. They could go do whatever they want. But by day 7 or day 10, once this person realized, like, oh, this isn't fun anymore. Like, yeah, you know, I may have gotten to go out a couple of days or maybe sleep with people here and there, but now that I'm actually sitting in my own energy and I don't have anyone to be codependent on, now I'm trapped in my head, stuck, wanting to reunite, wanting to celebrate with the same person that I betrayed and stabbed in the back. So this person, they're realizing that they were your match, but because of how they did you or how they treated you, they have been demoted in some way, and that happens. People can be your twin or they can be your perfect match and mess up and be demoted and have their like place or role replaced. It happens all the time. I've seen it happen all the time. It's happened to me multiple times. So don't ever think that you're tied or stuck to someone, especially someone who is making you feel like you have to accept being mistreated, because that's not the case at all. You're somebody who's sexy, energetic, vivacious, strong, you're passionate. Yeah, you may be hot-tempered, but you know, there's you have to take things in the yin and yang energy. You're efficient at what you do. You're assertive as well. You juggle a lot, but you have a tendency of taking things in charge. You're outgoing. And anyone who makes you feel like you need to get off of your throne to pursue them, it's not anyone that you should be paying attention to. That is a red flag. If you're dealing with someone that makes you feel like you have to pursue them or you have to, no. They should see your worth off the bat. If they don't, and you have to prove to someone essentially why they should be with you or why, toss it. Let's see what else you need to know. Two of Swords. So it's okay to be stuck on situations and to reminisce. The thing is to feel the feelings, let it flow, and to move on, even if it's slowly. Focus on your dreams and your hobbies. What is it that you like to do? What makes you happy? Those are the things that you should be doing throughout the day. You will get triggered by the past. And I do see someone from the past returning to you, but they're going to take their sweet time. This is someone who's fully arrogant. They have a tendency of feeling like you're waiting on them, or you just made this person feel comfortable if it is a specific person. And they don't want to do the walk. They don't want to do the walk of shame. They don't want to come in and apologize. You may be the first person that they've had to apologize to because they're used to getting their way. But that's not the case with you, because you put your guard up. You're not going to let this person or these people in, these situations in, unless they give you what it is that you deserve. And that's just saying essentially that you shouldn't settle. Because whatever you settle for, that's what you're going to get. Some of you may be settling for burdens and stress, and this is me telling you that you have the capabilities of attracting exactly what it is that you want, but you do have to take that risk. That risk may involve temporary hurt or you feeling sad and discontent in the moment, but in the long haul, it's going to give you what it is that you deserve. Because with the King of Swords, this is the energy of you needing structure or some form of routine in your life. You have some sort of authority or power. So if you're a woman and you're in this energy, you may have a tendency of scaring masculine men. I wouldn't say they're masculine necessarily, but you may have a tendency of scaring men away because they can automatically know from your stance and your energy that they can't control you. So you need somebody who's alpha, who understands that, you know, you're not here to compete, but you're actually here as an asset. So if there was anyone that left you in the energy of being out in the cold, they're definitely regretting it now. Why? Because whatever they left you for, whatever opportunity they left you for, if it was a person they left you for, they got this person and they realized off the bat this was not someone that they should have chose. Meeting this person, they're like, yeah, no, I should have stuck with the collective. I don't know what I was thinking. So this was someone who made a decision and instantly regretted it. It's like instant karma. Instant. It happened to me yesterday. Someone cut me off ruthlessly, and the car right after them cut them off to the point where they almost got into a wreck. And that was just a representation of instant karma. Every time someone does something to me, don't think it goes unnoticed or that they get away with it, because they don't. So past people that you're connected to, what do they want you to know? We have remind me. Yeah, this is someone who's arrogant. They want you to remind them why they should be with you, why they should want you, your worth. Delusion, we're gonna leave that over there. I miss you. This person wants to tell you you belong to me. Yeah, there's a level of possession here that this person feels towards you. I'm too immature. Exactly. See, even this person knows, even they know, I'm too immature to have someone of your caliber. So either I'm going to scour away or I'm going to sabotage myself. You make me feel things. This is someone who hasn't met anybody like you because you have a way of having depth in the relationship with them. Will you stand by me? This is a person, a situation, or an institute that wants you to stand by them, either while they mistreat you or gaslight you. And I miss you so much it hurts. So this is someone that's not in your life now, or if they are in your life, it's very cut and dry. I dislike you right now. They dislike you because they can't get your way. They can't just stomp their way through you like they usually do most people, and I don't miss you. Do you see how conflicted and like wishy-washy this person is? There's a level of like denial here that I feel. But either way, this has nothing of your concern. They just want you to know that you do have people in the past, a past person in particular, that's having a hard time letting go of you, even though they have moved on and they actively chose to move away from you. It was their decision to do so, but they instantly regretted it. So regardless of how long it's been, they still are not over you. So one last spread. Let's see what you need to know with this past person. Actually, let's see what's going on with them and the karmic or any third parties that were involved. Family, friends, anyone that got in the way of you and them getting together. Queen of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, Nine of Wands, Prince of Wands. So they're showing up again as the Prince of Wands. This is Nine of Wands. This person's wounded. They're guarded. They're actually trying to isolate themselves because they want a new start and a new opportunity with you. But this person's realizing like, wow, in order to be with the collective, I have to put my best foot forward. I cannot just breadcrumb this person because they're not going to accept that. This is someone that's sitting in their throne. And these may have been people that felt like, now this love interest, they may have had an ex, child's mother, ex of some sort that, you know, was blackmailing them, saying, okay, well, if you continue being with this person, I'm going to take you for everything that you got. I'm going to do so and so. I just feel like a lot of threats because someone wanted to continue having a toxic hold. So that's not going to resonate with everyone. There may have been a level of blackmail in the past of people not wanting you to be with this person, but there is a level of transformation being here. Everything that you've invested, it's not going to be in vain. Because this past person is being given 3 months to get their mess together and to come to you with some sort of apology or offer, and you can decide whether you want to accept that or not. That's not going to resonate with everyone, but they kept secrets from you. They hid things, and they're being forced to do the walk of shame and heal things with you one way or another. Some of you are going to get some proposal of marriage or some formal commitment, while others of you, you're just going to get the apology that you wanted, and by then you would have already moved on. And this past person and the karmic are currently fighting, chaos, drama. Yeah, there's a house that's being highlighted here. There's some sort of foundation that's falling apart. This foundation has something to do with the wealthy man and the child. So there may be some custody issues that's also at hand here. If it's not custody, it's just this man's dealing with somebody who's childish. And they're also finding out, if you're dealing with a man and they left you for someone else or another situation that they deemed important, they're finding out that they're being played, they're being cheated on, they're being lied to. So not only do they have to deal with the weight of basically effing over someone who loved and cared for them, but they also have to deal with the fact that they played themselves by being connected to someone who was just using them as a ticket to success, for money, for accolades. There was no sense of love here, and that's what this person is realizing. They're realizing that they sacrificed something that was truly meant for them. The expectation that they had to receive was some form of contract. Marriage doesn't necessarily have to be a formal marriage. It could be contract. And this is what they're getting instead. Bad health, stress, lack of sleep. This could even be, yeah, I don't want to wish that on anybody, so I'm not even going to say that. Unexpected income is what you're going to receive as a result of whatever was stolen from you. So just be aware of money coming in from out of nowhere. And we also have pathway to courtship. So if you were mistreated, don't let anyone that puts you in any type of third parties come back. I don't care. Don't care what the apology is. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but I'm telling you, you can manifest someone who isn't even going to treat you that way in the first place. They're going to know what your worth is in the first place. They're going to swap people off. They're going to know how to have boundaries and standards, because we don't have time to build people. Literally, we don't. This is the pathway that's being brought to you. We also have courthouse, so someone's going to have to deal with some sort of legal issues as well as gift. You do have a gift that's being granted to you. It could come in the form of fortune, but others of you, just be aware of the ones that you're around, because I did see imprisonment, which is about jail. So if it's not, yeah, just be aware of the people that you're surrounded by. Because that was just a random message. So if it's not for you, it's most likely the person that you're connected to. They may do something that may land them in jail randomly. Heavy DUI, DWI vibes. So just be careful. Don't drink and drive, especially within the next 3 weeks. Just felt the need to give that warning out. And I know I said that was the last one, but let me just keep going. The Hanged Woman and the Four of Pentacles. So something's being released. You're being asked to release any selfish people that are in your life. This is up to 4 people. It could range anywhere from family, friends, lovers, and anyone that was selfish in the past that had this sort of victory. They thought they were happy. Everything was working out in their favor. They could have all the options. They could do whatever they want. That only lasted for 2 seconds, because now they're in the energy of full-on regret. It doesn't matter how many options this person has around them. They still can't get you out of their mind. They can't stop thinking about you. They're burdened now, because now it's like, okay, now look at all the mess I made. Like, if I had just done things right the first time, it would have never even gotten to this point. And now this person's ashamed of their own actions. They can now see you for your worth, and they're realizing that they look dumb, or they put themselves out as someone who is immature or inconsistent and imbalanced, someone who just juggles people or juggles situations. And this person's angry. They're upset that they can't get their way with you. Look, they're still sitting on their throne. King of Wands showing up again, arrogant, feeling like, also this person has a lot of like sexual frustration that they want to take out on you. It doesn't matter who's around them. They can't get pleased by them. And this person's also wearing a mask with family members and friends. And they want to come in and return and give you this offer and apology, but they're not sure if you're going to reject them. They're not sure if you're going to accept this new opportunity. It's solely up to you, whether you want to or not. You have to gauge whether this is someone that, really burnt the bridge with you, or if it was just some sort of misunderstanding. But you do have to make that choice fast, because I do see options coming in. And this king, you see this king, how he has dogs? This is the king that's completely loyal. This is the king that will stand by you. This is the king that will fist fight for you. Not that we ever want to put anybody in that position, but this is a man that has not only integrity, but they're discerning. They are somebody who is intelligent, and they're willing to stand for what they want. This is someone who already knows what they want. They don't have to lose you to, understand your worth or to know what you bring to the table. No, this is someone that's already made and ready to go, and they already know what they want. So you're going to have to decide which path you want to go towards, and each path will have a different outcome. So just be aware and use your discernment. And that's what I'm seeing. So like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment. I hope you guys have a good rest of your night. And thank you so much for